So, okay. So this week it's again a bit different. It's been a bit different few times earlier already, but this week it's a bit different because I'm actually having a training for the whole day, and I'm already sharing this via WebEx to persons outside Finland, and also in a customer premises having SQL training for today. So this is something related to that, and that's why we are having this in English, because some of the audience is not speaking Finnish. So something new for the Microsoft BI things, and this week we are going through the Hyperscale Azure SQL. What's Hyperscale? This week it's not about demos. It's more or less about the actual offering or introducing the offering. So Hyperscale SQL is a new offering that came like a few months ago, and it's there to solve one issue which was the scaling of the standard SQL database. So until like last autumn, whenever your database grow above the 4 terabyte limit or 2 terabyte limit before that, you were guided by Microsoft to upgrade your database to SQL Data Warehouse, because that was pretty much the only offering in the cloud where we can grow over that limit. And still, not all of the workload is doable or benefits from the MPP architecture. So SQL Data Warehouse is definitely not an answer for every requirement we have in every situation, because quite often we are happy with the performance, we are happy with the throughput, but we are just constrained by the actual size of the database. So a few months ago, for the single database offering, so if I go to the single database, and then if I click the vCore purchase model, the new offering came along. So in addition to standard and business critical, we now have also an hyperscale offering. So this is not available for DTU purchase model, but for the vCore it's there. So how is it different from the standard and business critical offering? It's this one. So they have promised that it will grow to 100 terabyte, and if kind of when more and more customers reach to certain limits, they will introduce some new techniques to scale towards that 100 terabyte. But anyway, kind of the public promise is that they will grow the database instance as you need it until it's on the 100 terabyte size. And similarly to the vCore model, where you buy storage by the gigabyte price, in the Hyperscale offering you are also buying storage by the gigabyte price. So and in 1 gigabyte increment. So as kind of a offering point of view, I have few customers who have been SQL database customers for many years, and on those times we only had DTU purchasing model, and that meant that when we began, we were already on the 250 gigabyte size, and on the other hand, we were constrained by the max size. So on the beforehand, we were buying or kind of paying for resources we don't use, and at the end, we were we were constrained for the kind of quite soon for the actual limits of the database, and on the other hand, we were quite linearly purchasing more resources for both size in the database and CPU and memory as we grow, and which is not often the case. We would like to have separate components that I would like to scale only compute resources, not the storage, or the other way around. And this is now possible with the vCore model in general. So you pay for the performance and you separately pay for the storage, but as still there is a limit of 4 terabyte in the size, and now to overcome that constraint, we are introducing, or Microsoft is introducing, the Hyperscale offering. I put the prices on the Excel to make it kind of valid or clear, and notice that the scale is not linear on the x-axis, so the price is not going up like this. It's more or less the thing on the x-axis that causes this behavior. But if we look for the premium, first of all, the premium has a certain price, and comparing to standard or business critical versus standard, we have a different price range, and Hyperscale as of now is actually lower than the standard, but we need to remember that it's the preview pricing, and quite often preview pricing is half of the price of the total kind of the end product, and then what I have done here is the Hyperscale times 2, so potentially indicating something that and kind of GA price would be. Of course, I don't know better than I don't know better than you, so it's just guessing that this would be the price. But if you look, it should be somewhere in the between the standard and the business critical offering. But kind of the most important thing is that this one will end on the 4 terabyte, and business the Hyperscale will grow onwards from there. Okay, how can we?
I have one more question regarding this pricing model and so on. Do the prices include any agreements on high availability, and how does it reflect between the standard solutions and the Hyperscale?
Yeah, so offering the scaling is the only as of now. The target is that scaling is only kind of variation between the offerings. So from all of the point of view of high availability and read-only replicas, there should not be any difference with the offering when that goes to GA. But as of now, the Hyperscale functionality is quite limited, so we cannot use geo-replicas and read-only replicas in other regions. For example, I don't remember whether local read-only replicas is being implemented, but like today we are lagging some functionality, but when it goes to GA, it should be, so general availability, it should be from the functionality point of view, it should match the other offerings. So that's the target. And from the functional point of view, so what the database can do, then there is no difference as of now. But on one weird difference is that you cannot restore database to Hyperscale instance as of now. So you need to begin with an empty database. Neither can you migrate your current database Hyperscale either. So it's like a one step process where when you go to the portal and create the database, choose the server. Hopefully I find something. Don't know why. All resources, okay. Let's put everything here. All resources, add, and then SQL database. Here, premium, blank, pricing tier, and then if I go to vCore, I can select the hyperscale, but as said, if I don't use the blank, but use something like backup from some other database and try to use the hyperscale, it's not there because I cannot use that from the template, or I cannot use it from the backup as of now, or neither and can I switch between the flavors as of now. But that should be something and will be something that will change when going forward. But kind of as a new thing, because if you, for example, calculate the storage price, the storage price is actually quite low, I would say. So when comparing, for example, the SQL data warehouse, so kind of if your only thing or reason why thinking about something else than SQL DB when growing your database physical size was because of the 4 terabyte limit, now you should have a new option for that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good. Let's